Hi, everyone. It's Latanya Carmouche, your personal development life coach. I am here to empower you and provide you with helpful tips that will help you rewrite the script of your life. Today, we are continuing on our series discussing 8 steps to a powerful, personal empowerment plan for 2024. We are on step 5, and we are setting inspiring goals to energize ourselves. Today, we are discussing boosting our confidence, building your self-confidence. Remember, self-confidence is not for anyone else to give to you, right? We're not relying on people outside of us or things outside of us to give us the confidence we need to succeed. It is self-confidence, therefore, it starts within. When I reflected on why I didn't achieve some of my goals in life, self-doubt was a major factor in the setback. Imposter syndrome would kick in, and I would feel like I wasn't qualified enough or that I didn't have enough experience, enough to try new ventures. And this took place in whether it was my coaching that I'm doing now or even me doing public relationships, right? I know self-confidence is essential to realize my full potential. So I am making it a priority this year, and I am intentionally strengthening my belief in everything God has equipped me with, everything that I have studied, all my experiences, everything that I've learned. I'm pulling on that strength, and I'm no longer shrinking back, playing myself smaller than what I really am, right? Because I've done the work, I have the experience, and I know that I am great at what I'm doing. Now it's time for me to step boldly into that position. The more self-assured I can become in my inherent abilities and my inherent values, the more courage I will have to step into growth opportunities and handle setbacks constructively. I remember doing public relations, and again, it was for Hollywood celebrities. And we had some good yeses. We had big shows, big award shows and interviews and appearances. We did really, really good. But when I would look around at the other publicists who maybe had like a reality star or, someone else, and they were doing even more, it kind of made me shrink back a little bit and feel like I'm not doing enough. Well, towards the end, throughout my journey, I had clients come to me and was telling me that I was doing over and beyond. I was doing way much more than the other publicist was doing. And I was doing more than they expected. And I had clients who was signed into contracts, right, with either their agent or their whoever was over their management team forced them to be with certain publicists. And they would come to me and be like, wow, you're doing far more than what we're doing over here. And we're paying them a lot more. And it just wasn't right. All that to say was it wasn't their fault. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at anyone in Hollywood, because the fault lies on me and not having the confidence that I needed to ask for more money and to be confident that, yeah, we did book this show and we did go on this tour and we were in this state and we were doing all this other stuff. That lied on me, right? Because I seen the work that I was doing as just work and not as a value. So anyway, it's self-confidence, right? So this is why today we are discussing boosting your confidence, because boosting your confidence is a critical personal empowerment step. Now, some of the techniques that I use today are affirmations, starting each morning by looking at myself in the mirror and reminding myself of my strengths, my skills, right? And I speak it out loud. It's just not a thought. There's something about hearing it that comes back and like bounces back and registers in your brain. It's different than just thinking it. When you speak it out loud, your ears, your mind receive it differently. Can't explain that part, but it does. Try it. Now, repeating empowering mantras, right? I'm repeating things that, calling on everything that God has created me to be, calling on the things that I know that I can do, that I'm equipped to do, and just repeating it over. It trains my mind, and it'll train your mind to subconsciously over time just start believing that about yourself, right? And I'll touch back on that because, some of us, we grow up with the mindset that we're not supposed to boast on ourselves, right? And there's a difference. There's a fine line, but there's a difference, right? There's one thing to acknowledge yourself and give kudos to yourself for the things that you have persisted through and things that you have accomplished versus bragging about it, right? So we're not going to brag about it or make anyone else feel less than because of something that we may have accomplished or an ability that we have. But we certainly are going to thank God for what we do have. And we're certainly going to make it known that, yeah, you know what? I am a great speaker. I'm a great public speaker. You're looking for a speaker? Here I am. You're looking for an author, someone to write? I'm a great writer. Here I am, right? We're no longer going to shrink back and feel like, well, I'm not going to say nothing. I'll let somebody notice me and then call me out and hope that they pay me what I'm worth and hope that they treat me and value me what I am worth. We're not doing that anymore, right? We have the confidence now. This is what I can do. This is what I can offer. Can you meet me? Can you meet me at this offer? Can you value me for this? Can you appreciate what I have to offer? If not, we're stepping away, but we're holding on and we're holding our heads up. We're no longer shrinking back and being no shy and praying. Well, we're going to be humble. We're going to be humble for the Lord. The God did not call us to be meek and timid, right? He called us to be bold, right? To stand out, to be the light of the world. So anyways, another thing that I do that's very helpful is journaling, right? Writing regularly in a gratitude journal. We're not writing to vent about everything all the time. We have to be grateful at some point for something. So having a gratitude journal and listing what you have accomplished, what God has allowed you to accomplish, right? What you have achieved, what you appreciate about yourself, it reinforces all of the progress that's made. You can look back and see like, wow, Lord, we did do that. And I say we because we know we can't do nothing alone. We can't do nothing without God. So yeah, thank you, Jesus. I did do that. Yeah, Jesus, I remember that. I did pass that test. Yeah, Jesus, I did do this, right? And it's all because of you. And that's it. Never mind with, oh, I'm going to stay quiet so they can see me and I'm going to hold my head down so they know that I'm really, no, we walking with our heads up this year. 2024, we are coming in the room with our heads up with a smile and here I am, right? If it's too much for you, then you can back off. But we're not backing off in 2024. So when you have a tough day, when things are going wrong, this is where the gratitude journey comes in. Pull out your journey and review some of the entries that you have, and it will give you perspective, right? Today wasn't so great, but I am capable of doing what I need to achieve. I am capable of, I am smart enough to exhaust all of my resources. I do know people who can help me. I do know how to do this. It may take a little more time, but I can get it done. You get what I'm saying? And another thing that we have to work on, and this is very important because I see it in so many people, especially women, we have to work on our body language, right? And I appreciate everyone who's watching. And believe me, I love everyone the exact same, but I'm going to speak from what I know, which is my experience of being a Black woman. We walk in and we try to be a little bit smaller because when we walk in with our heads up, it's already intimidating to people. People get intimidated. Oh, she thinks she's better than us. Oh, she has an attitude, right? If you're not walking in and skinning and grinning and even if you are smiling, sometimes they think, oh, she has an attitude. She's too serious. So then we play ourselves down and be a little, dumber, for lack of a better word, so that we can fit in and make other people feel comfortable. We are not doing that in 2024, period, for nobody. We're not doing it anymore. We're walking taller. We're going to make eye contact with people, and we're going to take up the space that we need to display the confidence externally, which is driving our what we believe internally, right? What we believe internally, we're going to display that externally. So we're walking with our heads up. We're making eye contact with everybody, and we're smiling and we're saying, good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you? And if they take that as aggressive, as old man, it's a Black woman who thinks she's in control, then so be it. Okay, because the truth is, I can't control it. All right, but we're not going to be arrogant. Remember, that's the fine line. We're not going to be arrogant because we know we can do certain jobs better than someone else, because we know that we can think. We have a mind that is so brilliant, and we are trained to shut it off. We're trained to not use it at its highest potential because we don't want to offend anybody. Later for that. Too bad for that, right? We're always going to be nice. We're always going to be humble, but we're not shrinking down and being so humble that we can't make eye contact, our head down, like, slavery's over. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Your head's down and no. And okay, I can do that. And we're just looking everywhere because we don't want to look at them because they might feel intimidated if I make eye contact. We're looking people straight in their eyes and we're saying, yes, I can do that. No, that does not fit into my schedule. I would not be able to do that. I'm so sorry. But perhaps another time, or maybe you could get someone else to do it, but I just can't do it. If that's offensive, it's just offensive, right? We're going to watch our tone. We're going to watch our attitude. We're going to watch our demeanor, but we're not shrinking down and looking down. And yes, ma'am, I'm looking down because I don't want you to feel like I am trying to overtake you. So I'm going to take everything you give me and I'll just figure it out. I'll figure it out, even though it's overwhelming. I'll just figure it out because I want you to be comfortable and I want you to like me. Look, this is what I can do. It's 2024. Here I am in all my greatness. This is what I can do for you. And I'm going to do it well. That I can guarantee because I'm always going to give my best. I'm not working for you. I'm working for the Lord. So I'm going to give my best. And it's going to be done and it's going to be great. Now, if that intimidates you or if that offends you, then I'm in the wrong crowd, right? But we can't stay locked in this cage anymore and being the good Christian. Oh, yes, the Lord's going to make a way and the Lord's going to, yes, the Lord will, but he wants us to show up. That's like if you refer a friend to a job, right? Back in the day, you can refer a friend. I don't know what the hiring process is now. It's just crazy. But, back in the day, you could refer a friend to a job. They'll show up, they'll ask for an application. And just imagine they get the application. You talk about, oh, yeah, this is my friend. She's a great worker. She's going to be on time. She gets the job done and she's excellent. And then they show up and they just shy. So they stay in the back all the time. And when the meetings come, they stay in the back of the room and they really don't have any questions because they don't want anyone to feel like they're trying to do too much. You're going to look like, what? Come on, right? So imagine how God feels. God opens the doors for us. And then we walk in because we want to be the good saint. And, I don't want people to, walk in. Thank you, Lord, for opening the door for me. Here I am. Let me do this job and let me do it well. You got it? And that's with anything. That's with your family. That's with work. That's when you go shopping, when you're in the store, when you're just everywhere you go. Let your presence be known because you are worthy. You're worthy to be seen. You're worthy to be heard. You are worthy to be valued. You're worthy to be appreciated. And just show up. And you're making eye contact. And you're smiling. And you're confident in what God has equipped you to be. Next, we're going to what I do is take risk, right? Every brave action undertaking takes, it builds your confidence. So the things that you don't think you can do, things that haven't been done in your area. I spoke about this in one of my training courses, maybe like a year or two ago. When I was in corporate America, I worked for healthcare. And there was a certification that was required. And they would come to me and they would say that, it's really tough. No one's going to pass. And, no one's ever gotten it done. In fact, we used to send people to Wisconsin, I think it was, to study so they could be in person with the trainers, but no one was passing. So we stopped, spending money on that. And now you just learn from home. What makes it a little more difficult for the person, but the company was just no longer spending money, sending people to another state so they could fail. So they would rather have you suffer and learn on your own at home. And you're going to fail anyway. So, right. But at least you tried. And so I skipped it for years and years. I would say, no, ask someone else to do it because I don't like to be set up for failure. And at the time, I didn't do too much research on what it really was. I just know that everybody who went came back sad and depressed and they quit or they failed, right? And I'm just not going to do that. If everybody's failing, why would I do that? That's like everybody, jump in a fire. Oh, shoot, it burns. Well, let me try it. That makes no sense to me, right? So finally, it got to a point where everyone had given it a shot except for me. So my manager at the time was like, you have to at least try. We don't expect you to pass, right? That's not the expectation, but you have to at least try. And so I said, all right, well, let me, take the risk. I'll do it. And what in the world? By the grace of God, I passed, right? And it was just a matter of studying and remembering. And I'm not saying that everyone should have the same comprehension skills that I have, but it was not that difficult if you're disciplined. It wasn't a change of words, right? If they say that the doctor must wear a white coat, your question was, does a doctor wear a white coat, a blue coat, a pink coat, or a red coat? You just have to remember it's a white coat. And then some of the stuff was obvious because it's things that you grew up seeing. I've never seen a doctor in a doctor's office whether it be my childhood visits, me taking my daughter to the doctor. I've never seen a physician come in a red coat. So why would I choose a doctor in a red coat, right? So anyway, the point is, we have to take risks. Some of the things that people try to discourage you with and tell you it'll never happen, it can't be done, you have to just take the risk. Let me see, let me see. Right now, we use common sense because I used the example of fire, right? And that was just too extreme. But something that someone tells you that can't be done, first ask yourself, has it ever been done? Just because no one in my circle, no one in my environment, no one around me has ever done it, has it ever been done? I don't care if it was like, well, yeah, it was done once by someone in Nova Scotia, right? Well, if that person did it, there's a chance that I could do it. So take the risk and try it, right? So when you feel uncertain, do your research. Is it something? Is it something that I can at least try? And try it. Take the risk. Next, is it very important for me to have mentors? It is my goal, right, to surround myself with those who already walk boldly in their calling and whatever it is. They're not hiding and shy, and they're walking boldly in their calling, whatever that is, because that allows me to see it be done, and it encourages me to do it on my own. And I can draw confidence from seeing them achieve things. Again, oh, he did that, then there's a possibility I could do that. If that's what's meant for me, if that's what I want, then if it can be done, then I can do it. Again, if that's what I need to be done, may take me longer. I may have to study more. I may have to work harder, but at the end of the day, you did it, I can do it. And we're not just doing things because someone did it. Someone went bungee jumping or skydiving, and they were successful at it. Well, good for them, right? That's not my desire. I don't want to do that. I have no desire at all to do that. So why would I try it, right? We're not just doing things to prove I can do it because he did it. Does it make sense for you? I'm sorry, a piece of lint flew by. Me with bugs. If it was a spider, this whole video would have been over. But it wasn't a spider. It was a piece of lint. So anyway, what do you want to do? Does it align with your values? Does it push you further to reaching your goals? If so, take the risk and do it. You have to own your worthiness. I have to own my own worthiness. It's a superpower, and it will unlock your next level goals in 2024. Now, right? The main obstacle, we're quick to say, well, I don't have enough money. I don't know the right people. I don't live in the right area. Those are obstacles, but the main obstacle between you and you reaching your potential is yourself. Only you can block you. So it's time to get out of your own way. It's time for me to get out of my own way. We're going to get out of our way in 2024, and we're going to kick down some doors, and we're going to show up. We're going to have our head up. We're going to make eye contact. We're going to smile. And we're just going to be who we are. We're not lowering our voices and talking like this so no one feels like our voices, too loud and strong. We are speaking in the voice that God gave us, whether that is strong, whether that is deep, whatever that voice is, we're using it, right, to its full power. We're not screaming, but we're using it. We're not lowering ourselves and hunching our shoulders and looking down. Shoulders back, heads up, and full voice. You don't want people, huh? What you say? Huh? No, I'm speaking loud enough so you can hear me, and I'm clear with my words. I'm not stuttering. I'm not second guessing. I'm not thinking of what I can say that won't offend you. It's not my intent to offend you, but if saying, here I am, I can get the job done, offends you, then that's a you problem, not a me problem. Anyways, so in your listening, right, you have plenty of time to grab your journals because you already know what we're going to do. We're going to write down action steps. So you should have had your journal already near you. But if you didn't, here's your chance to go grab your journal, and we're going to write down 4 action steps to boost self-confidence. Number 1, you're going to identify the self-doubt triggers. What situations or what actions or what thoughts come to you or make you feel like you need to shrink back and hide your confidence? What are those things? We're going to pinpoint that, and we're going to work on that. And then the second question is, we're going to ask, when do you hear that inner critic come out Or when do you feel like an imposter? You know you're good at something, right? You say like you are a great cook. You're not a chef, but you cook meals, right? Your children say it's good, your family say it's good, your friends say it's good, and then someone asks you to bake a dish for the church. Do you feel like, well, I'm not that good. I'm not going to cook for the church. Like those are all strangers. And now, if you a good cook, you a good cook, right? Your kid, especially your kids are not going to lie to you. They'll tell you in a minute, Mom, this is nasty. Mom, did you do it right? You didn't do it like last time. They'll get you straight. So if that's just a scenario I came up with. When does that imposter syndrome kick in? When do you know you're good at something, but when an opportunity presents itself, another opportunity presents itself, when do you feel like, oh, maybe not, I'm not good enough, I better not? Write those things down. What experiences have you had that made you feel that way? Action step number 2, we're going to cultivate empowering beliefs. And how do we do that? We're going to do some research. Listen to some of those. Go to YouTube and look up some sports stars. Like he's passed away, but listen to Kobe Bryant. Listen to Michael Jordan. Listen to some of the things that they say on how they've achieved success and what was their thought process and how did they get there? What was their mind? What was their mentality in getting that? How did they use their confidence to get their work done? Kobe, there's one video, and I'm not sure the name of it, but Kobe spoke about how he knew he was good, but he would still go hours before practice and stay hours after practice, just practicing shooting by himself so that he could become better. And because he did the work, he knew he put in the work, he knew he was a great basketball player. So when the basketball game came, when the Lakers were playing and it was crunch time, he always knew, pass the ball to me, I got it. I'm not worried about missing a shot because I've done the work. I've put in the hours of practice. Pass the ball to me, I'll get it done. So listen to some sports stars, some champions. Google or YouTube some psychology on building confidence through affirmations, through visualizations, some anchoring techniques. Those are all helpful that you can find for free on YouTube. Next, you want to start a daily practice of repeating positive self-talk. We're good for waking up and immediately pointing out what's wrong. We wake up and, oh, it's too cold, and oh, my knee hurt, and oh God, how did I sleep? My back hurt. And wake up and think about some positive things. Wake up, oh, my eyes open, Lord, I can still see. Oh, today is Sunday. Thank you, Lord. My mind remembered. I know what day it is. Think about, you know what? Today's going to be a great day because I have a voice that can be heard. I have a mind that can create. I have a mind that can problem solve. I am, I got all, activity of my limbs. Point out some positive things and then recite to yourself all the things that God have called you to be, right? You are confident. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are unique. You are a chosen one, right? If you believe in Christ and you've accepted him into your heart, you are a child of God, right? Just all these things. Affirm to yourself. Remind yourself of, I did win that award yesterday. I did win that award last week. Heck, I did win the award when I was 12 and played softball. I am an award winner, right? Regardless of when the award was. The truth is, I am an award winner. I can be an award winner anything I want to be, right? Action number 3, we're going to seek external validation. Now, even though self-confidence comes from within, and it is called self-confidence because it's yourself, this is your confidence, ask a trusted advisor or ask a family member that you can trust to highlight some of your strengths, some of your talents that they have observed. Because again, a lot of times we have been raised and we have been taught to play the back seat for so long because we didn't want to come across as conceited, or you think, you're too proud, your head is held too high. We didn't want to come across that way. So we ignore some of the talents that we've had, hence my public relations experience that I spoke about earlier. We're taught to just get the job done and let someone give you kudos. Well, here's the deal. Everybody's not going to give you kudos. Everyone is not going to cheer you on. So we overlook some of the things that we have accomplished. We overlook some of the strengths that we have. So now is the time to, if you don't see it within yourself, No, I guarantee, I promise you, you have it, right? Because God has equipped all of us, whether you are a believer or not. He created us all and he equipped us all with talent, right? And gifts and abilities, period. Now, whether or not we acknowledge him and thank him for it, that's a totally different story. That's on you. But the truth is, you have it. And then sometimes you just don't acknowledge it, especially church folks. We don't acknowledge it because we don't want to become too much. We don't want to be conceited. We don't want to. So let somebody else tell you, no, you are. You're really good at, you're funny. I don't think I'm funny, right? I think I just speak and people find some stuff funny, right? When I'm just, hanging out with friends or family. But okay, let me think about it. I am pretty funny. I'll take that. And then I'm proud of that, right? Whatever it is. People you trust, get their advice. What talents do they see in you? What strengths do they see in you so that you can think back and say, well, I really am a good cook. I really am. I really am good at piecing stuff together. I am a good, what do you call it? Interior decorator, right? You think you're just buying stuff and throwing it in the house and everyone say, man, your house always looks so nice. And you think, well, I just bought some stuff. No, you're good at that. That's a talent. I have my best friend. I told her she can, when she retires or if she ever wants to stop working for law enforcement, she could be an internal, what do you call it? Interior decorator. Goodness, an interior decorator, because she has an eye. She can piece stuff together and get it done. My mother was good at that, right? They could just buy stuff. Me, I'm just do it for me, right? That's not a great concern of mine. That's not an interest of mine. As long as it's clean, then I'm okay. But I appreciate it when I come and say, oh, I like the way you put the plant there. And I like the way you hung that over there. And I like this color over here. It's beautiful. And I love it. But that's not my talent, right? So let other people, if they tell you that's your talent, then hone in on that and acknowledge that I am great at that, right? Because everyone doesn't have that talent. This is a talent that's specifically for you. This is a talent that you were gifted with. So now exercise it. Next, you want to collect past evidence of accomplishments that you have made, rather through your journal. Remember, we're keeping journals. So go pull out your journal from last year or 2 years ago and remind yourself of the awards that you may have received, of the accomplishments, of the tasks that you may have checked off that you were able to, now I want to save money, but times are tough. Go back and look at that journal from 3 years ago when you were making less money and you were able to save money for a vacation. Well, I did it then. How did I do that? Oh, I could do it again. That's why journaling is so important, because it's your history. You can always look back and pull strength from it. Action step number 4. This is your last step for today. You're going to outline some small risks that you have taken and how it pushed you out of your comfort zone, and then how you accomplished it, and see how it stretched your skills. What did you learn from it? How did you grow? Next, you're going to use your risk-taking successes as proof that you can have confidence in increments. You can have confidence in the taking a risk. Yeah, I took a risk and did that. I didn't think I was going to pass it, but sure enough, I passed it. So if I pass that, then I know I can pass this. Take your journal and just pull from it. Pull your strength and remind yourself of how great you really are. I already know you're great. You just have to remember yourself and remind yourself and hold your head up and walk in all of your greatness, right? We're not looking down at 2022. We have our self-esteem. Our self-esteem is up and we're happy about it. For more information about this topic or to see some of our other blogs, visit us at ltce.info. Leave a comment. Tell a friend. I'm still seeing my numbers going up. So I truly, truly, truly appreciate you for that. And keep telling your friends. Leave a comment and I'll see you next time.